Okay, well, I've got a Space 1999 spacesuit. It's worked very well at conventions, but I would like to make the helmet a little bit more authentic. So at the moment it's a foam helmet, and it works very well. It's got an opening visor, genuine bubble visor, but it's starting to crack because obviously foam's not made for prolonged use. So I thought, had a look around, and found a person in America selling a STL file for a helmet to print yourself. So that's what we've done. So basically you get files for all the parts and a buck. We printed that just to see if it would match the bubble, but it's designed so you can backform your own bubble if you want. And the helmet comes in 4 parts for the main body of the helmet, and you can see the difference in heights. It's much higher one, so I'm going to have to make a new neck piece as well. And then the opening visor comes in 2 parts. And I'm going to try and do this so I don't have to paint it. Might not work, but I quite like the 3D finish. It's in a nice yellow. But the biggest task to do that is whether joining these, whether the seams are too obvious. It's got pinholes and corresponding pinholes, so the idea is you can pin it with little panel pins, and that's what I'm going to be doing first, and getting it all glued together, and then see if it does need sanding and painting, but I'm hoping to avoid that. But yeah, so we'll see how we get on with it. Okay, so done a few layers of primer filler, and then get it as smooth as I can. It's not going to be ever perfectly smooth. It's gone quite well. Just done some black on the inside. So what I'm going to do now is spray it with, I'm going to use try this Rust-Oleum, and it's canary yellow. So that's what we're going to do because it's a nice day. Okay, well, I'm just making the neck piece, so the helmet is coming along very nicely. Still needs coning up here and a couple of bits. I've done some touches like the bolts and things, so I've stuck the rivets on and it opens up. So I'm doing the neck piece now. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm making it out of foam, and the concertina part I'm going to probably make out of very thin foam and see if I can glue it together. I don't know how this is going to work, but we shall see. We shall see how it works. What I have got some foam. That's the point, actually. I've got some foam putty, like a tub of it. I wonder if I could do that and just sculpt it. That's a possibility. I might give that a go, but we'll see. Okay, so I've made a new collar piece. I've made the, what should call it, the concertina part, and it's made out of carved foam mat, and also this crazy clay stuff, which is the weirdest stuff. It's like bubblegum texture, but it's this foam. It's the cosplay foam, but you can shape it. It's really good. So I'm going to undercoat it, paint it, see what it looks like. Helmet's looking good on the floor there. Well, today we're going to be looking at my refurbishment of my Space 1999 uniform. I don't know whether you can hear me okay, because I've got a fan. Can you hear the fan going on in this? So the first thing, obviously the first major improvement, is the helmet. So my old foam helmet worked very well, but foam just doesn't hold up, as a bee, to prolonged costuming. So we 3D printed a helmet off of the internet, which luckily fitted the standard Bell motorcycle bubbles. And let me just take this off. So it's got a whole new front plate, hinges, everything, so it works much better. I might line the inside with something, I'm not sure yet. Let me just unplug the air hose. I'll pop this over here. So next we've got just a neck fan, because it's getting very hot in there. Might have to make some air holes. The next improvement that we've done is to replace the cuffs and the gloves. So the cuffs before were plastic hard and they worked really well, but again, I have to take them on and off quite a few times. It just starts to split, and I reinforced them, so we 3D printed it, which allowed us to put proper magnets, so it magnetizes together very well. And then the old glove luckily fit inside the hollow 3D print, so that allowed me not to have to redo the gloves, so they now fit really well, and you've got a bit of turn as well, which is good. The other improvement is down at the feet. So again, I had foam, what would you call them, leg cuffs, the seals that they wear onto the boots, so we 3D printed those. They might need a slight adjustment, just getting the sizes right. The good thing about 3D printing, if it doesn't work, you can do it again pretty easily. You're not going to scratch proof it. So it's now a lot more comfy. Oh, the other thing I made was a new neck piece, and it's just foam because I couldn't think of another way of doing it. And I used sort of foam putty, which I'll show you when we get back up to the room. And it works really well. You can build it up. This is just carved foam. Still not perfect, but it's lightweight and does work. So yeah, all in all, it's much more comfortable, and I think a good improvement.